Hello, taking a break from all that we are doing and teaching at Open and Clear Reality to talk to you about the hawk. There's many different definitions and shapes and colors and forms of hawks. So we remember what we do here is give you several different interpretations, and it will help you in the insight. If you see a hawk in your life and what it means, possibly in dreams. Let's get to it.
Subscribe.
So if you want to learn how to read the symbols of things such as this, you really have to come to know yourself and how and what it means to you, and kind of breaking it apart in a sense of looking at what it does. We like to use phrases like hawk eye and being able to see like the eyes of an eagle, like seeing really well, right? And taking a hawk's point of view and an eagle's point of view. So in that sense, yes, hawks and eagles are related, but in that format of recognizing that what does it honestly truly mean to take possibly a higher level of awareness, getting up to see it more clearly, see the bigger picture of your life more clearly. Now that could be a call to do that, or the fact that you are starting to see a little bit more. It might be representative or a reflection of your mind starting to do that, a confirmation. I like to think of signs and symbols as confirmations in the sense that it is going to confirm the fact that if you are on the right path or not. So if you have a question like, am I seeing this more clearly? Is this really a better way of looking at life, or a more enlightening way? And then you happen to see a hawk, and it's trying to tell you, the universe is saying, yes, I'm confirming with you that there is a higher perspective, that you're taking a higher perspective and seeing it more clearly, say with the eyes of a hawk. So another thing about it, maybe you might be called to be more yourself. You might be called to, and it representing that you want to take your own route. So, of course, everybody has a different idea of what that means, and, of course, unique to who you are. But possibly something about hawks is that they're very isolated, that they take their own life. They're not pack animals. They raise their babies and then they kick them out of the nest. So it's an interesting thing to think about, the fact that you might be called to be more independent in what you are doing. So, does it represent that? That's up to you. So, also, another idea is about an idea of unity. That it might be calling you to a sense of being more in union. Something that spirituality, and taking it in the way of spirituality, is that maybe it's trying to hint to the factor here that this is not just about bodies, this is not just about your world, but that there is a spiritual aspect in that higher plane of existence. I like to call it above the battleground. So you can't really get to an eagle or a hawk, but in that sense that they are above where it's easy to get a hold of and say fight. So maybe it's calling you to a higher perspective again, so that more in that oneness and say with the divine. So how it might apply with your relationships, if it is something that you're dealing with in relationships, it might be more about the fact it could be confirming that you are earning respect in relationships, or in the sense as well that you are being a messenger for others and sharing a calling. So even as we look at hawks and we're like, oh, I see a hawk or an eagle, and I don't know if it's just me or if it's like you out there, you're searching what does a hawk mean. You might be taking the stance of actually asking, wow, I wonder what that means. Like, there must be a message in that hawk. See how you actually kind of naturally think that? It's like, wow, a messenger bird kind of an idea. Maybe it is about confirming the fact that you have a message to share, and that maybe it's time to start talking to your friends a little bit more about the message, say spirituality, or even connecting with me and what it might be. So take it in a fashion of looking at it in a different way, that you want to see, what does it mean to me? What does the hawk mean to me? Perhaps it's calling you to a sense of freedom. Maybe you have an idea that it is about freedom, and that you're just able to fly around and be free. It looks so freeing, right? You're like, I'm not inhibited by the trees and the rocks. I'm just gliding around nice and peacefully. Really, they're looking for food, hunting. But that might be a part of it as well. Perhaps it is calling to you about a sense of being more of a hunter, or finding your prey. Maybe if it is a business factor, that you need to be more diligent about what it is you're doing in business-wise. Now, of course, again, I don't offer you a negative interpretation of any symbols, because I do not believe in them. That's only a negative, say, mindset, and that you can actually train yourself to recognize everything is guiding you, everything is teaching you, everything's showing you a higher perspective of truth. So claim that right of insight, claim that peace, claim that it is entirely possible to recognize that this is spirit, the spiritual universe guiding you. It's directing you, it's trying to send you messages. It's always doing this. So of course I'm here to help you interpret this. Now, what happens if you see a hawk in a dream? Of course, in dream, it can be all of these same interpretations. This is very helpful, yes. But what about if there is a different depth of what in a dream means? And remember that when I'm offering and telling you about dreams, is that it is literally a thought in your mind. So it's already a sense of confirmation. Now, this is, look at everything else going on in your dream, and then you so happen to see a hawk. This is saying, hey, this is a lesson in a higher perspective. A lesson in higher perspective. So what you are learning in the dream, you're literally learning something. So if you come back and wake up and you remember seeing a hawk, you try to assess what happened in the dream, the rest of it, and really look at it and say, what is this teaching me about a higher perspective? Regardless of what level and degree you understand what that means, it is going to be helpful. It is your path, your steps. So if it's more positive thinking, great. If it's more unity thinking, great. Just to whatever degree in which you understand that. So again, a lot of people take this in a sense of guidance, that it is a real well confirmation that now you got to do it. This is like seeing an angel, right? Seeing an angel, like any sort of big, beautiful bird that speaks to you, is like, go and do it. Go and do it. And just don't hesitate. It's calling to you. And once you understand what it is that it's calling to do, then, or to be, then do it. Please don't hesitate. It's a wonderful thing. And of course, when I say please don't hesitate, I'm talking about positive things of improving yourself, your perspective, positive things of dealing with life. In no way is this guiding you to do anything, say, killing anybody or hurting anybody. Absolutely not. You're misunderstanding your own life. Please don't interpret it in that fashion. So, something about that, hawks being very isolated, having their own life, it is about, also can be about setting boundaries. That you have this isolation factor, that you know what you know, and you're not concerned about what anybody else knows. It's not just helping everybody. They're not going to just say, yes, I'll help you with everything. It's like you've got this higher perspective, and you know what you know and what you need. You know what's best for you. Now, of course, it might be in those divine lessons that to learn a higher perspective, eventually you will know what you know. So thanks for being here, and I hope to see you at openandclear.com. If you want a reading or you want to request a symbol of your own, let's get to it.